I'd like to call upon Mr. Ratanjit Sondhe, who's Chairman of Board of Trustees, Guru Nanak Foundation of Greater Cleveland, with Mr. Ratanjit Sondhe. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. At the end of our speeches, I'll explain to you the meaning of this greeting, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. In the light of time, we need to get this program started. Our guests are here, and let me say a few words. My mother used to say, a crisis will devastate you if you focused on blame game or revenge. But the same crisis will enhance you and elevate you if you look for opportunities to make a difference, to add value, to extend the purpose of our life. Sikhs, basically, as it's only a 500-year-old religion, and in our Guru Granth Sahib, which is our religious scripture, handwritten by our founders, we had 10 gurus, and in that scripture, it describes Sikh faith not as a religion, but as a dharam. Now, dharam cannot be translated literally in English language. Dharam basically means practicing your core character. Dharam of water is to wet. Dharam of rain is to bring water. Dharam of fire is to give heat. So what is your dharam? Until we know our character, until we know who we are, we cannot practice our dharam. So Sikh religion is not a religion. Sikh religion is following your dharam. And again, our scriptures challenges us. Find who you are. Find what your dharam is. And when Guru Gobind Singh Ji, after the assassination of his father by Muslim rulers, who represented the entire Indian Hindu community to save them, there was nobody to come forward to protect them. So he created a saint soldier as a gift to the human race, which will be always recognized, and they will also know their purpose. When I get ready in the morning, it takes me quite a bit of time to tie my turban, to take care of my beard, and it reminds me, why am I taking this pain to every day tie this turban? Because until you make a sacrifice towards your mission, you are not engaged in the mission. So the Sikhs, when you see, are a volunteer force for human race to make a difference, to add value. Let me share a brief story with you. When I was studying in college, in winter vacation in December, I was going home, and I had to catch a train at 3 a.m. in the morning. But as I entered the train compartment, there was a lady who had 3 children, 4-year-old, 6-year-old, 10-year-old. They were crying. It was a dark night, cold night. They were very scared. As I entered the compartment, the mother said, "Look, we have nothing to fear now. there is a Sikh gentleman here, he will protect us. And that is why Sikhs were created. So now this heinous crime is really absence of love. Whenever absence of love happens, hatred migrates into that. So we need to continuously be a messenger of love and making a difference. And ultimately, that is our core purpose of being a Sikh. So next time when you see a person with a turban, you can rely on him to help you, to guide you. And honesty is a hallmark of Sikhs. There is a saying in India that if you shake hands with a Sikh, you don't need a contract. And Sikhs are present in all walks of life. They are doctors, they are engineers, they are businessmen, they are taxi driver, they are truck driver. But one profession they have categorically avoided. You will not find a Sikh beggar. Because and this thought process has abided by all Sikhs throughout the world. And another thing which you will not find Sikhs is the presence of fear, because they're fearless. By being who they are, they're always on the stage. My grandfather was brought in by the king of Bikaner to be the chief engineer. And at that time, he was the only sole Sikh in that state. And when I was growing up, I was the only Sikh in my class. So I asked my mother, I said, Mom, how long do I have to wear this turban? Why do I have to wear this turban? And she said, my child, you are enrolled in the force of divine. You are there to make a difference to people. I said, Mom, but I can make a difference without this turban. She says, but until you remind yourself continuously, until you take some pain towards that mission, you are not going to be consistently able to do that. I never understood the meaning of it as I came to this country 44 years ago and started my business in the core American hardcore business, in construction, where I made chemicals. And this turban helped me. This turban was able to give me credence, which otherwise I would not have had. Many of these contractors knew about the Sikh faith, and they knew that if they made contract with Ratanjit, he will live up to it. So suddenly my corporation had no titles. The boss was value system. And that is all came via Sikh faith. And my friends, thank you so much for being a part of it, because it's the same divine which is in me, is in all of you. We are all one. It doesn't matter which religion we practice. Now, lastly, it is important to know that all religions are merely schools of spirituality. But when you become spiritual, we have no difference. And that shows in our Guru Granth Sahib, because the writers who have contributed towards Guru Granth Sahib, or Guru Sahib who have included them, there are a total of 36 saints who have made contribution in our Guru Granth Sahib. And only 6 of them were our Gurus. And others, many of them, were born in Muslim families. Some of them were born in untouchable families. Some were Hindus, and from all walks of life. And they were included in our Guru Granth Sahib because they reached a level of spirituality.